Hello everyone and welcome to the video, and as usual, or as I just started the last commentary, I'm going to be doing the PS2 news first and then going into the bigger topic of today. So to get into it, there is another new DNS for Call of Duty 3 which I will post in this video, and if you don't see it in the video then it will also be in the description. So uh, this was just figured out about a day ago, and I was told this too by YouTuber user Gabriel Neves. I hope I pronounced that right. He's always keep me updated on the whole DNS situation for COD 3, and I thank you once again for doing this. It really helps since I've actually had a couple issues with the whole thing. And anyways, it's all resolved now. I'm pretty sure everything's good to go. So I thank you for that. And also in PS2 news, unfortunately, Game Master is shutting down, which if you're wondering what Game Master is, it is what runs Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 1 on the PS2 and PC. Now, well, some PC servers, I know Game Ranger is a thing too, but there are some PC servers that are run by Game Master, and that shut down on June 1st, but it's still up and running for the moment right now, since other people, part of the community, are trying to kind of run it at the moment until they can figure out a bigger solution. The ideas are we might be switching to OpenSpy or maybe a whole new program for that matter, but that happened, and so expect changes. And if it does shut down, you know, it happens, and it's going to be round number 3 for us. This will be our third shutdown that we're going through, and obviously, just like the other two times, we're going to try to bounce back. Now, of course, there is a possibility that that might not happen, but seeing as how the community is a lot more tightly knit than it was back when GameSpy shut down, which was our first shutdown, I think things will pull through a lot better than they did back then. So just keep tuned for that, and I think everything is going to be all right with that. Okay, that's enough with PS2 news. Now we're going to get into our bigger topic of the day. So, to get into the topic of the day, we are going into the Battlefront 2 online community review that we've been waiting for what, 2 weeks now? I don't know. I lost track, guys. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be a one-part review, but then it went over the 10-minute limit, and I know that sounds like something that, hey, what is this, 2007, 10 minutes? But that's what I do because, my internet and my computer, it just doesn't work out for the whole over 10 minutes. And I know I have some videos that are over 10 minutes, but those videos, believe it or not, took like crazy long to upload and would crash like every time, and I had to keep on doing it over and over. And I just don't want to do that, and I also don't want to have to don't want to have to suffer, quality or any of that stuff. So I stick to 10 minutes, and I'm sorry, but I stick to 480p because that is what runs best for me. So if you don't like that, and if you're a quality whore, then whatever. This is not the channel for you, obviously. And so let's get into the community review. So where do I even start with this? I mean, there are tons of online communities out there. Big, small, tiny. This is minuscule. I don't know how many people exactly are left from, who played in the GameSpy days. Um, Including me, I would say there is about maybe 30 to 40. I don't know, that's stretching it a little bit. I would say at tops 35 maybe. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a really small community we're talking about here. And it's a very active community too. It's not like the, COD 2 community where we'll have a game, oh, I don't know, once or twice every month. No, this is every single Friday we've been doing this for the past, I would say, 7 months maybe now. I mean, I remember back when GameSpy shut down, like back in the early days of that, it was kind of, not really a lot of people were going on, and games weren't really being set up all that much. If you watch a lot of my early videos on this, like all the Battlefront 2 updates, you'll notice I'm in the game alone a lot because there really wasn't that much organization for when games were being, set up and all that stuff. But I would say ever since, late 2015, mid 2015 maybe even, at stretching it, we've been doing every Friday. And even if I'm not a part of it, I'll still check to see who's on, and I'll see like 5, 10 people. And it's like every Friday there's either a new person I see, a gamer tag I don't recognize, or there's like more people. Like sometimes there's 12, sometimes there's 14. It just gets better and better every week. And it's always a lot of fun. Even though we play the same, I would say 10 maps, the reason why I'm showing you this gameplay is because I like variety. And this, even though people don't really care for space battles that much, it's I like it. I actually kind of like it because it's a good break from the everyday. And that's also what I like about this community is because even though we're really small, one of the things you'll notice a lot about smaller gaming communities is that they really don't do the whole variety thing anymore. They usually stick to the same map, and you'll notice that in like COD 3 and COD 2, the big red one, they'll stick to the same like 2 or 3 maps, and that's it. But with this, it's like we play a bunch of different game modes and a bunch of different maps, and I like that. Even though it's not the full rotation, um, but there will be surprises in there, and it's a lot of fun. And that's what I mainly like about this community is because there's always something new. There isn't, even though there's a lot of the same going on, at the same time they don't just choose the one favorite map. They'll sometimes put out one that people aren't really favorable of, and that's the thing. Like you don't know, there could be one person who maybe likes it, and that's great. So it's good to have some variety, and that's one of the things I love about this community. Is that even though we're small, and even though a lot of people kind of have the same opinions, they still go out of the comfort zone and do different things, and it's good. Now another thing or like about the community is now you'll notice we don't have in-game chat. There is no like TeamSpeak. Now it is TeamSpeak capable for sure, but this was 2005. Nobody really did that back then, so it's just like now. We still don't do it. But there is some people I know who do Skype calls and play and talk on that, and that's great. Having conversations and all that good stuff. Having fun. Even though I'm not a part of that, I do know some users that do that, and that's great. Kind of bringing the whole community together. And also, even though we don't have TeamSpeak, there is our game tracker page, and of course the Facebook page. You're actually seeing the thing right now. And what that does is, people go there, they chat, they text, talk, and kind of talk about the games, talk about things going on, all that sorts of stuff. And it's great, even though it's not always like live as the game is happening, sometimes it'll be like post game or pre game. It's still a thing that our community does, and I don't really see in a lot of other gaming communities. I don't really, in fact, I don't think I've ever witnessed any trash talking or any of that stuff. I mean, there have been arguments, obviously, in the past, but the last time I think I had a problem with a player in this online game was back in the GameSpy days when you had a lot more people, you had the actual admins come on, all that sorts of stuff. I've told you those stories before. There's actually one I should tell you. I might save that for a different video, but that's one of the things I like about this community is there's not really a lot of negativity. Now, of course, there will be some issues like with balance on teams and stuff like that. There's obviously, when you're playing this game, there's no bad players by any means. Every single person who's a part of this community has been playing this game for a really long time and are true veterans. Whether it be they came back recently and have played a long time ago, which is kind of what I did. I came back in 2013, took a long ass break, but nobody here is a noob. They're all good players, even though like you'll see scores and you'll see people go like 5-10 or 3-8. Yeah, that's because they're not bad. We're all good players. We're just, some are better than others. And that's the crazy part is even though, we're all crazy good players, I'll admit I'm not the best still, even though I've been playing a long time. I've never been too good at this game. I will do good. I'll go on streaks, but then I'll lose it. But enough of me. What I'm saying is, what's kind of cool is even though there's all these crazy good players, I don't ever feel intimidated. I don't ever feel like these people are laughing or saying, "Oh, this guy sucks," or "Oh, we totally," I don't feel like they're ever angry if they lose, or if you like played Call of Duty before, that those people will go all crazy mad and trash talk you if you're like a level under 40 something, all that stupid shit. And that just doesn't happen with this community. And it's awesome. All right. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm gonna have to make the community review, which is a part 3 of a Battlefront review, a 2-part review because we already went over the 10-minute limit. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of the part 3 of the Battlefront 2 community review. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching, guys.